Welcome back, fam. What's going on? This is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. I hope you've been enjoying your day so far. I know you've been enjoying your day so far because you've been intentional with everything, right? Being the cause instead of waiting for the effect to happen. And you know, Earth is a school. With any school, we got rules, principles, and guidelines that we got to go by so we can be in balance with ourselves and the universe around us and within us, right? By using these 7 hermetic principles daily. And it takes the guesswork out of everything. Instead of going off of blind faith, hoping and praying and wishing, right? You're being very intentional with everything because you know there are different principles and guidelines for everything. And also we cover, about the name, more about your name, your life path number, and also a little bit about your natal chart. But if you need additional information, please go to astroseek.com. I promise you they'll take you far. So today, guys, we're back with another presentation, and today I want to share with you my own personal takeaways when it comes to creating an angel / ancestor altar. So many of you guys are on your journey and you really want to work, you've been working on yourself and you want to make a connection with your higher self, these energies within you, around you, right? And so you can have more balance in your life, right? You don't want to work too hard, right? But you still got to put in some energy, right? Some effort, exercise that masculine principle to get things going. But don't forget to tap into that feminine side, that creativity, to get those ideas so you can get things going. Okay, but today, guys, if you're new to the channel, be sure to click that like and subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate you. And on this channel, it's all about growing. If you don't want to grow, this may not be the channel for you, because it's all about learning something new each and every day, because we know our brain is a muscle. We want to build these new brain cells and neuroplasticity, right? So we become the greatest version of ourselves each and every day by being very intentional. And we know that, the input is going to equal the output. So we being very mindful of the things and the information that we're absorbing and putting out each and every day. Everything matters, right? So as always, before we get into it, I really want to give a special shout out and a great, grateful, ashe to all the ancestors known and unknown, that's been assisting me and many of you along your path, and we know that, hey, we are a living, breathing manifestation of our original ancestor, and if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here right now. So you should walk around with your head, high each and every day. Okay, reflection, especially, the neuromelanated goddesses out there. You love yourself, because if it wasn't for you, nobody can get down here in this realm we call Earth, right, to have this experience. So a big shout out and an ashe, and I love, gratitude and appreciation to each and every one of you, feminine principles out there, energies, right? I appreciate you. I know who you are, and I know what you're working with, okay? And I'm grateful for that. With that being said, before we get started, as always, guys, Earth is a school, and our purpose and mission require to learn a whole bunch of life lessons to gain that experience and knowledge for our self-growth. And it's never too late to rewrite your story, because we know that the past, present, and the future is happening right now. So what are you doing in the present moment that can rewrite your past and set you up for success for your future? But it's up to you. It's up to you what you're going to do today that's going to rewrite that story. But as you grow through your own personal transformation and atonement process, right, by being very intentional, you're going to share your knowledge and wisdom with people. You're going to trust your own intuition, your own inner voice, your own energy. And you're going to, show people the same. And also, you're going to help people to help themselves along their path as well, instead of being a consumer, right? They're going to be, very independent, and also they're going to share their knowledge and wisdom with their family so they can create a legacy, okay? It's all about, helping the next person up, okay, instead of tearing them down. And we know everything matters. Our thoughts, beliefs, words, emotion, and action is going to equal everything, not our job. So be mindful of, manipulating your energy for your rise, okay? So if you do love your job, it's okay, but 8% of your energy should be focused on knowledge yourself and you building your results, your legacy, your lifestyle, because your life is your business, right? So why not turn your lifestyle into a successful business model? That's all I'm saying, okay? Because once you stop working, the money stops. So you gotta, at some point, you gotta take control of your life. And the first way is to always pay yourself 10% first. So before you pay any bill or circulate any money any kind of way, right, pay yourself first, because you the one out there putting in all that work, right? So stop letting these people get over on you. Pay yourself first, okay? So with that being said, today I'm just gonna share my own personal, takeaways when it comes to, creating an ancestor or an angel altar, and it's all about first and foremost trusting your own intuition, your own inner voice, your own energy, and also using your imagination. Okay, because a lot of people, we reach a certain age, especially after we graduate from high school, it's like all the creativity and the excitement, that childlike curiosity start to, dissipate, right? And we become serious and we just do this, cookie cutter lifestyle. But now I'm here to remind you of your greatness. All this stuff you already know, I'm here to remind you of it, okay? To unlock, the universe within you, so to speak. But I'm gonna give you a quick overview of everything I have here, my own personal takeaways, and then I'm gonna get you guys out of here, okay? So when it comes to creating your altar, this is my own personal altar right here. And big shout out to my wife, by the way. She put all of this together. And when you elevate your own energy, frequency, and vibration, everything is all about your intent, and the universe is gonna mirror your intent. And I realized like a long time ago that I had reached a certain level where the universe would speak through people, and people would do things to mirror my own personal growth and intent. And I didn't tell my wife none of this stuff. She see the books that I read, she read a lot of these books too, and she was able to piece this thing together, and you can see all the syncretism, right? The sacred geometry, right? You can see it right here, right? So with that being said, like this young lady here, she took just some simple resources, tools she had available, maybe some, pictures. She printed some pictures off the internet, cut them out, framed them, whatever. And she just used the basic resources available to just, make a space of her own so she can really focus on herself, her own inner voice, her own energy. All right. And, I'm going to share some other additional takeaways and references to help you along your path, too. And like this first one here, we had the 7 African powers, the Orishas. And this is by Monique Joyner Sidlak, okay? And this book will give you some backdrop on the Orishas, their energy and vibration, and some of, their historical facts, too. And some things that will probably remind you of yourself, like, oh, man, I resonate with this individual right here, right? That's how I was along my path, too. And a big shout out, and one more thing. All the sacred geometry is there. The Kundalini energy is rising on the planet. Everybody's asking more questions like who, what, when, where, how, and why. What's my purpose and mission? How did I get here, right? And so I went through that process too. But all that sacred geometry is right here, as you can see. The tree is life within you, your spinal column, your brain, right? And it's all within you. It's all within your mind, okay? So, and a big shout out to S.R. Lee Myers here. This brother here is awesome. He basically helped me tie everything together, because as a child, I would, have dreams about, these statues or figurines. I have Oshun here and Tehuti Thoth, right? Jehudi, right? And, I will always have these visions. I never really told my mom about it, but because she probably thought I was half crazy. But with that being said, I will always, see these individuals, and that, along me just leaving no stone unturned, my intuition led me on a path of self-discovery and knowledge of self. Here I am today sharing my, my experiences with you, okay, from a different time and space. But a big shout out to S.R. Lee Myers. Please, visit this brother YouTube channel. He's very awesome at helping you, line some things up within you, okay? Again, there's no cookie cutter recipe of life. It's all about trusting your own inner voice, okay? But his book is all about the deity linkage manual and how to find your own personal guide and goddesses within you using numerology. And we use, again, everything's interconnected. And we talked a lot about numerology, a little about astrology, tying everything together and just showing you, along my path, how everything's interconnected. And then on your path too, you will see that everything's in sync. There's an ebb and a flow to everything. It's all about you tapping into your own personal energy, frequency, and vibration, so you can get those results in your life, okay? Again, so, but S.R. Lee Myers, please check this brother out. Invest, the couple dollars in his book. I promise you, it's gonna take you far. So, as I, go over my own personal ancestor, altar / library / portal, so to speak. Let's work our way from bottom to the top, okay? So it's all about staying balanced. And again, guys, you are your own universe. It's all about tapping into your own, masculine and feminine principles. So no matter, who you are, if you're a male in this incarnation, female, whatever, right? We all, it's just like a battery. We all have the masculine and feminine energy. So it's all about balancing those polarities within you so you can tap into your true self, okay? Through your own energy and that Christ consciousness within you. I hope that makes sense, right? So when it comes to the masculine principle, again, that's why I have Tahuti on this side, as you can see. And I didn't do none of this stuff in advance. Things just lined up, right? Alignment. And the universe is going to mirror everything for you. And so I just followed my own gut, my own intuition, that, and just taking that creativity that I get down from the feminine principle and exercise that masculine, right? So with that being said, as we move forward, guys, so when it comes to the masculine principle, it's all about logical, confidence, focus, strong, stable, clear, being very assertive and driven. And then when you having that feminine energy, it's all about being intuitive, generous, nurturing, creativity, right? Collaborative, caring, receptive, and most importantly, having that heartfelt gratitude, tapping into your heart space on your hero's journey. And just to give you just a brief walkthrough, my own personal tree of life, so to speak, right? It's just all about knowledge of self. I knew I was different. I started off, with Maxwell, and just learning more as a man thinker. The secret universal, secret laws of the universe, Creed McGregor, the richest man in Babylon. You got the Mayan Aztec, sitting thinking man here. And leading into, Egyptian Book of the Dead. Then we have the Goddess Book of Days right here. Okay, and then leading into, I have my religious section, and also, eating to live, dealing with the plants, and also medicine, acupuncture, reflexology, biology, chemistry, biochemistry, you name it, music, I do music as well. I leave no stone unturned, guys, and leading up to my own personal Merkaba, my own light body, so to speak, because I know that, hey, I'm not separate from the universe. I'm a representation of source, right? And manifestation. And here as Chris with Food for Your Thoughts, right? So, and also I have the book, the Goddess Book of Days, right? So to give you some backdrops on, I have Tahuti as the masculine principle, and also Oshun, and then some backdrop on the Goddess Book of Days. Then we're gonna give you my own personal takeaways, and I'm gonna get you out of here, okay? So, upon my discovery, and also just learning more about myself, and I learned about this individual here, I'm like, man, I learned, like, hey, once I learned more about my history, knowledge of self, I'm like, man, my ancestors, these people are awesome, okay? And so, why did I, my intuition lead me to this individual, and I would see vision, and it lines up, Tahuti lines up with the number 5, and a couple other numbers, and also Oshun lines up with this 5 vibration. I have a heavy 5 vibration in my chart, okay? And so what does the 5 vibration mean, and some backdrop on Tahuti. Tahuti, is the messenger of the God, God of trade, thieves, travelers, sports. He's the guide to the underworld, and also he's the god of knowledge, magic, writing, science, judging the dead, so to speak, right? And then we got Oshun here. This goddess here, she's the goddess of love, beauty, wealth, and also diplomacy. And a little backdrop when it comes to Miss Oshun, because I love Oshun, right? And she go, it's a couple, pronunciations, so to speak. You got Osun, Ozun, and Osun, right? Because when you really look at it, it's just giving, paying homage to the sun, Oshun. All right, but when it comes to Oshun, this feminine energy here, it rules over what? Rivers, love, romance, gold, pregnancy, witchcraft, healing, weight loss, love, fertility, relationship. And she was very, this energy is very inspirational in relationship, from my experience personally, okay? And what do these, figurines or statues do? Let me answer this right away. So all these things are subconscious trigger for your subconscious mind. You basically, reminding yourself, like, hey, I am connected to everything, and basically use, this focal point as a way to connect with yourself, and also to, build a relationship with your intuition, okay? All right, so a little bit more about Oshun. Oshun, when an individual has, writer's block, And Oshun is an excellent lord to petition. She is also the Orisha who we go to for anything dealing with money matters. She is the youngest of the female Orishas, but maintains honor of the great queen. Okay, now Oshun heals with her sweet water and honey infused with her spiritual powers. They say Oshun saved the world by seducing Ogun and tempting him to go back into the woods. Oshun is a messenger for the Olodumare, right? And for this purpose, no matter what Orisha governs their head, your mental set, your mindset, right? All who are admitted as priests, they go through the rivers to give a statement to Oshun. Okay, so with that being said, these rivers is all it is your spinal column. Okay, the water's within you. All right, your body is like 70 to 80% water. Okay, so a lot of these different mythos and things were taken and put into story format so we can keep it flowing. Okay, and then at some point things were taken literal instead of just expressing it in its true essence. Okay, and it's dealing with the body and your mindset. Okay, I hope that makes sense so far. And so let's lead on. And so when I come to the Goddess Book of Days here, why is this book of by Diane Stein? It's important to remember that that the goddess is present and women celebrate her presence. Okay, her presence within them daily in multitudes of ways. So every day someone somewhere on the planet is celebrating the goddess. Okay, to remember to get down here, to have this human experience, we all have to go through that divine feminine principle, right? That to really have this experience. And so by celebrating and remembering her, women celebrate themselves. Okay, goddess, again, by tapping into the divine feminine within you, you are basically tapping into source essence. Okay, and as a child, I will always ask again, who's the original mom? Everybody has a mom. Like, who's the original mother? And that would lead me on a path of self-discovery and knowledge of self. Okay, all right. But the goddess has presence in every living thing, in grass, cats, sand crabs, rainforest. She is present. Okay, the goddess has presence within every woman who really embodies her energy, that divine feminine energy within themselves. Okay, now you can tap into this energy anytime you at your altar or your ancestor altar, so to speak. And because and she welcomes women to the circle, because she is the woman of the circle. And so all you're doing is tapping into your own divine sacred energy. Now, to celebrate the goddess, then any day, anytime, and anywhere, like I mentioned to you before, is to celebrate women in general and to celebrate oneself, because everybody got to go through a mama to get here, right? And so with that being said, to all you goddesses out there, queens, I appreciate you. Much love and gratitude for you. All right, I know who you are. All right, I'm here to remind you of your greatness. You got this. Okay, so with that being said, we live in a holographic universe. Okay, Earth is a school, and everything that manifests in the physical starts in the mind first. So as above, so below; as within, so without. As so the universe, so the soul. Okay, as the universe, so the soul. And we all have that truth still with us, right? And we realize that by now it's not found in books to any given extent. It has been passed along from lips to ear, like we've been doing. And when it was written down at all, its meaning was veiled in various terms of alchemy and astrology. So only those possessing the keys could read it. All right, that's from the three initiative combatants. So don't be afraid, reflection, to unlock the universe within you, because what you are your own universe. And with anything we discuss, guys, we got to consider principle of polarity, good side, not so good side. Got that divine masculine, right, like we discussed, and divine feminine principle here. But we got to remember to stay balanced. We got to utilize both, and that's going to tap you into your true self, your God self, right? And so with that being said, here are my takeaways. An angel or ancestor altar can be a very important link and establish a strong, powerful connection with the ancestor and your higher self. Okay, so in creating an angel altar is very simple. Like I told you, it's all about trusting your intuition, taking the resources that are available to you, and most importantly, use your curiosity and your imagination to get things going. Okay, all right, with that being said, number one, our altar is a tangible focal point and a portal to serenity, right? Where you can really sit in solitude and peace and open your heart and mind to your angels, your ancestors within yourself. And then you can really, make it your own sacred space and a harmonious sanctuary for your mind, body, and soul, as you see this young lady doing right here. Number 2, creating an altar provides an opportunity for, really grounding and, and going through that your own personal spiritual transformation and atonement process. And this allows for expression of creativity and love also. You are free to express yourself emotionally, spiritually, and artistically in your own space. This is your own world, right? And the angels and your ancestors, they are really attracted to, love, peace, and harmony within your environment. Those are positive energies and vibration, okay? Number 3, when creating your ancestor altar, make sure you choose item that has been inspired by your ancestors through your own intuition and meditation, not somebody selling you a product, okay? So trust your own intuition to lead you to the device or the item that you need. And also don't, be cheap on everything either. Remember that item is a reflection of you and your ancestors. So sometimes, stay within your budget, okay? But when you put the intent to get the best that you can afford at that time, remember the universe is going to mirror your intent until you can get better quality items. I hope that makes sense, okay? So with that being said, when creating the ancestor altar, choose the items that have been inspired by your ancestor, your own intuition and meditation. And these, include items that have been, that are very special or sentimental to you personally, okay? Not somebody selling you a product. It can be a valuable exercise to really meditate and just ask yourself, what items would be most appropriate when creating my altar right now? And that's what, led me to this. And, again, big shout out to my wife for piecing this all together, right? And with that being said, it can be where am I here? And yeah, and your altar should make you feel centered, loving, harmonious, and at peace within yourself and the world around you, okay? Because this is your space, okay? It should make you feel at peace within, okay? And that way you can open yourself up to, higher thought forms and information. That way, because you exercising your creativity and your intuitive properties and your feminine principle, and you're going to exercise your masculine principle to manifest these new ideas into the physical plane. I hope that makes sense. And that way you exercising your true self out of your true self. And as we get ready to close, guys, number four here, when you create an angel or an ancestor altar, it can, just experiment with the layout, position, or the items that you placed upon the altar. As you see in my, illustration and my example here too, you can place items such as flowers, crystal, art, figurines, bells, shells, candles, incense, essential oil, affirmation cards, feathers, whatever you resonate with, okay? But most importantly, you trust in your own gut, your own inner voice, okay? But use the elements of what? You got fire, earth, air, water, and most importantly, tapping into that spirit within you that got you going around here, right? And then 5, as we close, by creating an angel or ancestor altar, what are you doing? You are indicating to the ancestors and the angels within you and your subconscious mind and your higher self that you wish to connect. You want to connect and pick up the controller in your life and be player one instead of just walk around, in automation. Okay, so basically, you want to connect and communicate with your higher self, your angels, your ancestors, the universal energies that are at your disposal. Okay, but guys, and also please note, make sure you use your life path and name numerology to help align yourself with your higher self vibration. Here, like with this Deity Linkage book by S.I. Lee Myers. Big shout out to you again, brother. And guys, this has been my personal takeaway when it comes to creating an angel/ancestor altar. There's no cookie cutter recipe to life, all right? Always trust your own intuition. All right, be sure to click that like, subscribe button down below. Okay, and as always, our purpose and mission require learn a whole bunch of life lessons to gain that experience and knowledge for our soul growth. So it's never too late to rewrite your story. We know that the past, present, and future is happening right now. Okay, so in this present moment, we can rewrite the things that from our past, because we're a better person than we were yesterday, and also we can plant some seeds for success or failure for our future. But in this present moment, it is up to you. All right, so go ahead, don't be afraid to unlock the universe within you, right? Okay, but as you grow through your own process, You know, trust your own inner voice, your own energy. You know, your thoughts, belief, words, emotion, action equal everything, not your job. So don't be afraid to turn your own lifestyle into a successful business model, okay? And always pay yourself 10% first before you pay any bill first, okay? And over time, after about a year, maybe 3 years, you know, you're going to stack your chips up. But in the meantime, you're going to be looking out for other investment opportunities for different assets that's going to have your money working for you. Okay, I hope that makes sense. But guys, this has been my personal takeaways from, you know, when it comes to creating an ancestor altar. Okay, be sure to check the description area. I'll put some additional information down there too to get you going on your quest, guys. But this is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. We'll be back with another presentation soon. Until next time, take care of yourself, love yourself, focus on yourself, be intentional with everything. All right, after about, you know, consistent, you know, effort, repetition, 30, 60, 90 days, refine and repeat the process until you find your own personal sweet spot. Okay, but again, you know, it's all about becoming your greatest version of you. Okay, guys? But this is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. We'll be back very soon. Until next time, stay grateful and focused, fam. Peace.